me and Eric, as you're gonna really witness within the next few moments, you're gonna realize why we seem to be in the bag for everything. And when we mean in the bag, we're just eating potato chips and hanging out.
Yeah.
Now, okay? So let's start off with the big potato chip hanging out moment right now with Dominique. I don't know where to start, Eric. I feel like I want to ask you about the plot summary of Dominique. Are you ready to talk about the plot, what it's about, and I can lend you support if you need so with Dominique?
I probably need help with this. So Dominique's a trained assassin. She gets caught up with his family and basically just tries to help him out. People keep trying to go in there and mess with them. Actually, the opening scene, Dominique, was she in like a helicopter or a plane?
What she okay, so Dominique, she's a trained assassin. She's in a plane. She gets shot down in some, I believe, is it South American area? Well, by the way, the movie
Yeah.
shot in Colombia. Okay.
Either way, she's in the passenger seat of the plane, presumably dead. A couple guys are on the plane. They hop out. One guy sees back and he's like looking at her and starts like groping her. That's a bad move.
Very bad move because that's the
Yeah,
last
Oksana
grope.
Orlan messes him up. I got like really strong Olga Kurylenko vibes from Oksana,
Right.
to the point where I want to see both of them in a movie like so badly right now.
So Oksana Orlan, she is the lead actress in Dominique. She is a trained assassin. Again, like Eric was saying, the plane is shot down. A couple of people try to steal stuff from the plane. That is the last decision, the stupid decision they make in their lives because they are all eliminated by this assassin, presumably named Dominique. She eventually finds shelter with a family around this small town, this innocent family, because she has a one night stand with one of the members of the family who turns out to be a police officer. Okay, so that's sort of a little nice surprise. But what happens is by sheltering with this family and this police officer, she brings a lot of trouble to the family because she is in trouble herself from possibly people back home who are trying to hunt her down. Maybe there's a drug cartel and corrupt police officers around the area who are trying to hunt down Dominique. And caught in the middle is this family, which includes a police officer, a couple of kids, grandfather, and the police officer's sister. So this is a very interesting movie because I really love this action thriller. My only warning, and I maybe Eric will kick back on this. I mean, not kick back, but actually rebut this. There's a lot of violence in this movie. So if you're looking for a clean action thriller with not too much bloodletting, you're not going to get it with Dominique. But if you want some violence, some really good action, great acting, and just solid grade A storytelling, this is a B action movie thriller to the on the highest level. This is one of my biggest surprises of the year. I fell in love with this movie. I continue to be in love with this movie. Eric Holmes, am I completely crazy regarding Dominique?
Well, yeah, if you're worried about violence, I would say just don't watch action movies in general.
No, but you know what I mean. Like for example,
Yeah,
Hounds of War with Isaac Florentine, there is a certain violence which there you don't see all the bloodletting. It's more
yeah.
of a clean, like
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah, this is more like it's probably not to the level of the Rambo, the first new one, not Last Blood, but the one before that.
sure.
It's not quite up to that level, but yeah, it gets pretty bloody. Yeah, this is just a really damn cool movie. Oksana Orlan is awesome in it. We're gonna do spoilers on this because I think we should do spoilers because the ending of this really caught me off guard in a great way. And I think it's definitely something worth talking about.
Yeah, we'll do that after the show.
But this at almost every turn kind of you think you know what it is, and then you don't have any idea what this is. And then okay, you think you know what's gonna happen next, and then oh crap. The only thing that happened that I knew was gonna happen was people were gonna push Oksana to the point where she was gonna go full on Oksana on everyone. And then she does. Holy crap, she just kills everybody. She's like a female Rambo.
She is. The movie is directed by Michael S. Ojeda. He's been working with Oksana Orlan. They've been a partnership, creative partnership for years. Orlan and Ojeda are also the co-writers of this movie. This Dominique storyline universe, this storyline has been cooking for around 8 or 9 years. And do you remember what the backstory behind Dominique is?
Wait, from the movie or from the filmmaker's perspective?
From the filmmaker's perspective, the whole
Yeah,
history of Dominique. Yeah.
yeah. So they had an idea for a movie about Dominique, and then they wanted to kind of flesh out the story more. So they decided to make a prequel, which is what this movie is. But they also shot
Proof of
like
concept short.
Rise of the Phoenix or something like
Yeah.
that, a
Rise of the
short,
Phoenix.
which
Uh-huh.
led to this. And so, yeah, I mean, they got the whole world and characters and everything kind of nailed down, and it really shows in this.
What's interesting is they did the prequel because their original idea was actually going to be bigger budget.
Yeah,
And this was going to be this was their low budget prequel, which is sort of laughable, Eric, because this does not look like a low budget movie. It is low budget in terms of other action movies like maybe on
yeah.
Netflix or Paramount Plus, but man, for a prequel, this movie is so well done, almost wall-to-wall action. The antagonists are really well etched. I like the antagonists. There's a couple of antagonists in this, really well done. And the third act, which Eric and I will get to after recording this, and we'll release it to our Patreon members, and then eventually our YouTube channel in about a couple of weeks, really got me. I
Yeah.
was blown
I
away by the
I
ending.
would say my jaw dropped, and then I was like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe they went there."
Yes.
And then I started getting chills in the back of my neck. I'm like, "Oh my God, they went there."
And I'm thinking,
I
why
cannot
aren't
wait for
more
the next one.
Eric, why aren't more movies like this?
I
You and I we see so many movies. Why aren't they like that third act wrap up? It's just
I
amazing.
I don't. My guess would. Well,
Oh, right. Yeah, it's hard.
I'll save that for the spoiler. I have my thoughts on why, but I wouldn't help myself but to be able to spoil it prematurely. So we should probably wait for spoilers. But just know the ending of this movie is it's great. Just watch it.
It's great. Just watch it. Now, I want to attract you guys to this. Dominique, if you look at the poster, it's a woman who's an assassin and she's going to kick a lot of butt. And yes, on a superficial level, it's like that, but there's a lot more layers to this because it's just a really, again, this is a top shelf B action movie thriller. And when I mean B, I mean B in the best way. I was, I'm really thinking of giving Dominique 5 stars. Yeah, you know what? 5 stars for Dominique. I love this movie. I think I'm really crazy about this, Eric, and maybe I'll get flack, but great performance by Oksana Orlan. I can't wait for the sequel, which was going to be the original idea. Like maybe it'll be a Dominique 2. I just can't wait for the sequel. And I hope this movie does well. And it's not under the radar because I hope they get the funds to make a sequel. What about you, Eric?
I think I might be 5 stars too, but I'm gonna give it 4.5. And the only reason for that is because I know the sequel is going to be 5 stars, and I need to give I'm just so waiting for the sequel on this, and I know it's going to be so much better. So I want to give room for that to be the 5 star one. But I mean, in my heart, this is actually 6.9. But Dominique is great. I love this movie.
Yeah. Again, I hope Eric and I are just not the only ones on this island because I think this will have a lot of followers and a lot of people are going to love this movie. The ensemble cast includes Jose Conejo Martin and Maurice Compte. And again, Dominique hits theaters and digital on Friday, October 11th.